Welcome to my home. It's what you would call a home. But I want it to be more than that. I want it to be an ADHD-friendly home. So I'm going to convert it into one. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Eric, and I have ADHD. I'm glad to have you here with me. The ideas that will go into the ADHD-friendly house are not just my own. Many will be sourced from my followers on social media and from comments here on YouTube. So be sure to leave a comment with your best ADHD-friendly tips to see them come to life in my videos.
Okay, first things first. Let's go through some comments and get some ideas. Okay, this one from House of Alternative. Depending on how many people you have in your household, don't put more than you need in the kitchen where it's easy to see and grab. So for 2 people, only 2 plates, 2 glasses, 2 forks, 2 spoons, 2 knives, and only 1 of each that you use for cooking. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna need to talk that one over with the wife and see where she's at with it. But it sounds like a good idea, so we might give that one a shot. From Stipple and Stitches, a whiteboard on the fridge so you can write down what is almost out or gone when I use it. Let's try that again. A whiteboard on the fridge so I can write down what is almost out or gone when I use it. The board is also divided into Costco and groceries, so if it's something we need bulk of, we remember to get it from the correct place. Okay, so we're gonna take this idea and we're gonna adjust it a little bit. We're gonna make it, I think, a little bit more ADHD friendly. So stay tuned. MK Bishop _ writes, I placed a handled caddy with oh, Jesus. I cannot read. I placed a handled caddy with separate compartments at the top. Oh my God. Here we go. I placed a handled caddy with separate compartments at the top and bottom of 3 stairways in our home. 3 stairways, wow. What comes up, oh Jesus. Okay, we're just gonna power through it. What comes down must go up. What goes up must come down. Not only can I find miscellaneous items that need to make it back to the appropriate location in our home, fewer trips, smiley face. 3 stairways in your home? So I've got 1 stairway, and here's another idea that is a good one, but I think we can make it just a little bit better. We can ADHD-friendlyify it a little bit more. So, you know what? We're gonna stop it there. We went through 3 comments. I've got one other idea that I'm going to talk to you about, and we're going to keep this video a little bit more condensed because the last one we took care of an entire room. Go check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. Today we're going to look at just a few individual items in separate rooms, and it's going to be a good one, so make sure you stay tuned. Oh, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, click on that little bell to get notifications when I post if you want. It helps the channel and it's always appreciated. All right, let's go. So for the 2 plates, 2 cups, 2 forks, 2 spoons, 2 knives, that's self-explanatory. So I'll just move everything that's extra into probably the garage for now until I build out additional shelving in the kitchen. Okay, so for the fridge whiteboard.
Here's my fridge, right?
What I'm planning on doing is making this, actually there's a freezer down at the bottom as well, just like that. What I'm planning on doing is taking this entire side and converting it into a whiteboard. So I'll get a sheet of whiteboard, they sell them at Home Depot, and cut it out the exact dimensions of this one door, cut out where the handles are, pop it in, and then we have a whiteboard door on the fridge. And that's great, right? But here's the problem I see with this. Oftentimes I go to the store without bringing my list with me, right? So if this is serving as a list, I need to either transfer what's on this onto a piece of paper, which is an additional step, or I need to take a picture of it on my phone and bring it with me. There's a good chance that I'm going to forget to do that. So I've been thinking about this and trying to figure out a way to prevent that problem. And at first I thought, hey, what if there's some sort of Bluetooth whiteboard? I'm sure there is. Looked it up online, and they're expensive, right? So that is a possibility, but I didn't really feel like spending $200 on a whiteboard, and the chances of it being a dimension that's going to fit on the fridge are 0%. So that was out. Kept thinking about it, and then it hit me. On the other side of the kitchen, I have some windows and a little shelf. There's an island here in the middle. What I'm going to do is put a little camera right here that's going to look over the island directly at the fridge. It's a little Wise Cam. It was like $25 when I bought it new a few years ago. And what this is going to allow me to do is check my phone at any time. I can look at my phone, pull up the Wise Cam, and I'll have a clear shot of this list on my fridge. So no matter where I am, what I'm doing, I can always take out my phone and see an updated version of my list on my refrigerator. So I never have to worry about forgetting a list ever again. Next, let's talk about the stair cubby. So we've got our stairs, and the suggestion was to put a cubby here at the bottom and then here at the top of the stairs. Anything that needs to go up the stairs goes in the cubby. Anything that needs to go down the stairs goes in the cubby. Then when you go down the stairs, you bring whatever's in the cubby with you, right? The problem with this is say you've got something that you need to bring upstairs, you've got your cubby upstairs already, you bring it up, then you have two cubbies up here, and you need to then bring that cubby back down with you so it's there next time you need it. And that means that it's something that you have to remember to do, or you have to go out of your way to just, bring it with you. Here's the thing, I'm going to forget to do that. Like, no question. I will 100% forget to do that. So, here's my solution. Instead of having a freestanding cubby, I'm going to put a cubby in a little pulley system. And I only need one cubby, not two. And then, whether I'm at the top or the bottom of the stairs, doesn't matter. If my cubby's there, I can put something in it. When I go up the stairs, I can pull the cubby up. If I'm upstairs and the cubby's down here, I can pull the cubby up, put something in it, drop it down. So it just makes it super easy to get something upstairs, downstairs. I don't have to worry about remembering to bring a cubby with me. I can just use the little pulley system to bring the cubby to wherever it needs to be. So that's two. The last one here, this is a problem that not only people with ADHD have, right? It's a common problem for people with ADHD, but a lot of people struggle with this problem. Toilet paper. What happens when the toilet paper runs out? What do? Do you put the toilet paper back on the toilet paper roller? Or do you place the toilet paper roll right on top, right here, on top of the toilet paper roller? Be honest. What do you do? It's not that it's hard to put it on the thing, it's just that we don't do it, right? Not all the time, at least. So, what if there was a way to work with our natural inclination towards putting the toilet paper onto the toilet paper holder this way? And what if there was some way then we could automatically dispense the old toilet paper roll into a trash? It's going off the camera a little bit, but that's a trash can right there, right? So when we run out, all we do is we just pop the new toilet paper on, and the old toilet paper falls off. Okay, do you see where I'm going with this? Here's what I'm thinking. A 4-pronged toilet paper holder the active toilet paper goes right here, right? When you run out of this toilet paper, you pop a new toilet paper here, and then you rotate it a half turn. And when you do that, this toilet paper then falls down into a trash bin that we have right underneath, and your new active toilet paper is right here, good to go, right? So we need some way of locking it in place here, and I think the way we're going to do that is by using magnets. So we'll have a magnet at the end of each one of these prongs, another magnet right here. When you turn it, it locks in place with the magnet. You have your active toilet paper. When you're done, put another toilet paper on top, boom, move it a quarter turn. This one falls off, and your active one is ready to go. What do you think? You can't answer me, but I'm gonna assume that you think it's a great idea, because I do, and that's what we're going with. Okay, now that we have a general idea of what we're doing, it's time to sketch it out. And we're gonna do so on our paper roller that we installed in the last ADHD-Friendly house video.
Like many people with ADHD, I'm a very visual person, and really until I get my ideas out on paper, I'm not able to think about the potential problems that I'm going to encounter. So this is an important step.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna stop there for now because I don't feel like figuring out the pulley system yet, and itching to get to work. And you know what? We're gonna start with the toilet paper holder device because this is the one I'm most excited about because it's got to be the most elaborate toilet paper holder out there, right? All right, let's get to work. Okay, and we are back with some goodies from Hobby Lobby and Home Depot. I've got this wooden dowel, which is the right diameter for a toilet paper roll, and some magnets. These are pretty strong. Whew! Wow. They're hard to pull apart when they're stacked together like this, but we're only gonna need 5 magnets, one on each end of the prongs, and one to lock it in place, one that's going to be anchored into the wall. We've got some ball bearings. They're just cheapo plastic ones. I don't think we need anything fancy for this. And that's it. That's all I picked up. I think we are going to be able to work with that. I'm going to make 2 cuts equal length and find the midpoint. Hopefully I've got a bit that is the diameter of this dowel. If I do, I'm going to cut it in half using that drill bit, put it right in the middle, drill through, and it's going to give me a nice round edge that will fit around the opposite piece. Put some wood glue on it, clamp it down, let it dry, and yeah, then I've got my X, my plus, my cross. So let's give it a shot and see what happens. Okay, so now I gotta figure out if I have the right drill bits. Looking for these guys. So this one is, yeah, it's a little too big. All right, so instead of just trying to work with what I got, I'm gonna run to Home Depot and get the right tools for the job. Because if you look here, this bit is just a little too small for the magnet. You can see there the overhang on the magnet. This bit is just a little too big for the dowel. I want that to be pretty much exact. So instead of just using, and I don't have a bit that's going to work with the ball bearing either. So instead of trying to work with what I got and having to run out anyways to get something that's going to fit this, I'm just going to go out and get the right size bits. Even though I've already been to Home Depot. But hey, that's just the way it goes. Okay, leaving Lowe's now. I went to Lowe's just to switch things up, I guess. I hope I got everything I need. I really don't want to go out again, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, we are back from Lowe's. Let's take a look at what we got. We've got a 1-inch bit for the dowel, 3/4 inch for the bearing, and 1/2 inch bit for the magnets. I'll start by making a cut. Let's go. So now the idea is find the center point, drill a hole, thus cutting the dowel in half, putting those 2 halves around the other dowel, and because we're cutting out a hole the diameter of this dowel, it should be the exact same length running across as the tall piece that remains. So it'd be, what would that be? Come on, math. 6 1/4 would be 12 1/2. 6 1/2 would be 13. Right, so it's 6 5/16. Yeah, I mean, it's close. Close enough. Okay. I mean, that worked, right? We gotta clean this up a little bit. No, that's not smart. Honestly, that does not look bad. Now we glue. Okay, so I'm gonna clamp this first just to make sure I'm gonna be able to do this. God. No! That's a problem. So I'm gonna have to do, how am I gonna do this shit? Well, I'm on my way back to Lowe's because I got the wrong size clamp. So I'm gonna go swap it out with the right size and then never go to Lowe's ever again for the rest of my life. And we're back. So let's get this done. Just like that. Sound pretty tight. Okay, that'll work. So gotta add my glue and we're good to go. Now I need some like weight on top of it. Yeah, need something on this side. A toolbox. Hopefully that holds. We'll see in a little while. We are looking okay over here. It would probably be smart to wait to drill this, but I'm impatient, so we're gonna drill it. All right, so let's see. Oh, that's pretty close. Oops. It's poking out the top a little bit, but that's okay. Nope, that's perfect. Just right there. What if I just do it like this? Is this a bad idea? Probably, but we'll see what happens. Last side. Oops, where'd it go? Gotta stop throwing these things. Good, okay. That's all of them. From here, just like that. Boop, perfect. Would you like to know how badly I don't want to go back to Lowe's or Home Depot? Well, I've got a problem. I've got this ball bearing, and I've got this little screw or bolt that goes into the ball bearing, and I don't really have a good way to attach it. So what I'm going to do is use a bracket, because I have one, to attach to the bearing to a piece of wood, just like this. But this bracket only has 2 holes in the outer edges, so what I'm going to do is drill a hole right through this metal bracket so I can fit the screw on, then put it onto this, because that way I can use what I have and I don't have to go out to Home Depot or Lowe's. Okay, well, through. That'll work. And screw this guy in. So I gotta drill a little notch in there for this guy. All right, now it's time to glue it on. So I'm gonna use super glue for that. The trick is to not get it on the inside, just the outside. Extra good measure. No project would be complete without me getting super glue on my fingers. I'm hoping the magnet to wood bond with the super glue is strong enough, because obviously these are pretty strong magnets, and if that's not a strong hole, it's gonna just suck the magnet right out of the piece of wood when it latches. So with my roll of toilet paper is like this. Okay, so now that I've had a chance to think about this, what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to mount this to the wall and then mount the latch to the wall, I'm going to build it all as one unit and then attach the whole thing to the wall. That's going to be much easier, especially for all of my measurements and cuts and everything like that. And I think, I mean, just as simple as that, right? And then just have a magnet be here. I should do that now. Okay, I'm going to sand these, I'm going to round these before I do anything else, because it's going to be harder to do that if I have everything put together. So I just realized I made an incredibly stupid mistake. As any third grader can tell you, magnets have a positive and a negative side, right? I didn't take that into account. So if you look here, the magnet is attracted on this side to this magnet, attracted to this magnet, and when we come over here, this side repels this magnet and this magnet. So that is obviously a problem. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to scoop out these magnets that I super glued in here and flip them around and glue them back in the right way. And I cannot believe I did that. Here, and I pull. So that's good, at least. I mean, this is, the magnet is in there really good. I mean, not good for me right now in trying to get these magnets out, but good that it's definitely gonna hold. It's gonna hold. So that's good. Silver lining. All right, got some nail polish remover. I have a Q-tip. This should dissolve the solvent that's holding the, well, that's making super glue. Now, the concern that I have is I'm going to use this and the wood may get saturated with the nail polish remover, making, you know, the putting of nail polish or super glue back onto the wood difficult, but, you know, whatever. I gotta get it off, so I don't know another way to do this. Oh, that worked. All right, one down. Workbench. Wow, that one came out easier. I think I just got the technique down. Oh shit, you know what? God. Okay, so that's Same mistake again. It looks crazy, right? Here's a little bonus tip. If you want to find a stud and you've got some strong magnets, you can start combing the wall with the magnets until eventually you're going to find a screw. And when you do, the magnets stick. So we found one here. Now if I go straight down or up, I should find another screw. So I know that there's a stud right here. So that's what I'm going to screw into. By the way, toilet's right there. And I want this toilet paper holder to be right across from the toilet directly instead of over here where it was, because it was kind of awkward to reach. So I'm going to put this bad boy about right here. I'm going to screw one of my screws into the stud, and the other one's just going to go right into the drywall. Welcome to my kitchen. It's not much to look at right now, and that's mainly because of these terrible cabinets behind me. They were covered in a weird white laminate that I ripped off when we first moved in, and I haven't done anything with them since, which was about 2 months ago, but we'll get to that. That's not what we're here to talk about right now. Right now, we're going to talk about the whiteboard on the fridge. Now, I had an idea to cover the entire door, one of the doors, with a whiteboard material that you can find at Home Depot. So I went out to Home Depot and I purchased it. It looks like this because it is this. And my plan was to cut it to size, but it was going to be kind of a challenge because I was going to have to notch out where the handles are, and it actually curves, so I was going to have to figure out how to bend the whiteboard onto the refrigerator. It's going to be a whole ordeal. And my wife, actually earlier today, said, hey, why don't you just get a whiteboard magnet and put it on the fridge? I'm sure they make them. And she, of course, is much smarter than I am. And she looked it up on Amazon and she found one. It was $15. I ordered it and it was shipped today. So instead of this thing that I now need to return, we're going to be using this. Simple. Right? That's my grocery list. Now, the key to this whole thing is the camera that we're going to set up to look at the grocery list. So no matter where we are, as long as we have our phone, we can always pull up our grocery list.
Okay everyone, well we're going to wrap it up here because even though there's 2 more things we need to do, this video is already longer than I wanted it to be. So in the next video, we're going to try out that 2 forks, 2 cups, 2 spoons thing. And not only will we document the setup process, but living with it so we can see what it's like in action. And in addition, we're going to tackle the pulley system, which turned out to be a much more involved project than originally anticipated. It always is. Okay, well please be sure to subscribe and I'll see you soon.